So if anybody wants to quickly go to our Lore Bible, because we'll be working on adding stuff on here for the rest of this week, character profiles specifically, that's our focus at the moment, and this is how it's looking. If I zoom in a bit, you'll be able to see. So we getting them in, guys. We getting our community characters in, and we don't just have our community characters. We've got Carol the Barrel and her companions as well, and they're not community characters, they're characters we created on stream. But it's also important we get our community characters in as well, even though most of them aren't in the game yet. They're future characters. But it's great to have them there, have a list of them so we can keep track. Lore Bible, exclamation mark Lore Bible, if anyone wants an nosy at that. That'd be fantastic. I want a Rose Bible. Well, this is a Rose Bible, I guess, isn't it? Yes, it is a Rose Bible. Hi Oracle, how you doing? It's wonderful to see you. Happy Wednesday. Happy boiling hot Wednesday, where most of us are melting. We actually had a storm last night. I know, I was like really happy because I thought, yeah, let's bring those storms on so the sun stops forever. But I woke up and it was sunny again, and I was like, damn it. Oh wow, you went through quite a few characters. And yeah, thank you, Raido. Yeah, there's a few there, and if you want to keep track, Raido, this particular channel on the Discord, I'm marking which ones we've done. Any that have got this little arrow emoji and profile transferred over to Lore Bible next to it means they're done, that character's done. So we're going through them. I'd say we're about halfway. Not bad, but because of the heat, I'm a little bit slower. So it's not gonna be the most productive. When we get to the fall, I feel like I'm gonna get super productive because the hot weather will have stopped, and that will be really nice. The summer months can be a difficult one, but at the same time, we're getting there. Nothing wrong with shaking our sweet time sometimes. And being hard at work. I hope work's been nice to you, Raidu, though. It's not been a meanie, but I hate storms. I do as well, Naffle. I get really scared of them, like whenever thunder, lightning happens, I always like freak out, but I'd still take that over the whole weather. That's how much I don't like the heat. Hi Rav, how you doing? Been a while since I came by. You've got a lot of cool stuff on the screen. Do you do all the artwork yourself? Which artwork in particular? Because I do dabble in some art, but I don't do all the art. For the game specifically, the majority of the art is not me, but I sometimes dabble to create, because sometimes all the assets you want don't exist, right? So you got no choice then but to create some original art, and that's what's happened many a times in our project. For example, our barrel characters in particular, they don't exist. They're super unique. You won't find them on Google Images, so we made these ourselves. Super proud of these character creations. We got together, we were like, what sort of barrels should we have? What personality should we give them? And stuff, and then we created their look after, once we got their personality sorted. So yes, and you purchase packs and then customise them as needed. Well, some of it's purchasable, but there's a lot of also free resources as well out there, so a mixture really. Whatever, like, I kind of just look, see what there is out there, collect all the assets, make loads of folders of everything I find. I've got a habit now of putting the original artist in the file name, because it's a really good way to keep track of it so you don't forget. And then if there's ever an opportunity to create something, then like a city or a area, I look through the tile set collection we got or anything, and if there's ever anything missing and we're like, well, what do we do now? Well, I usually attempt to create the asset myself then, but I don't ever I'm never like, gonna be doing it all, because it would just increase the development ridiculous amounts. We'd be here for 40 years creating this project if I did 100% of the art. So you gotta be realistic as a creator, as a dev. And yay, look at all those raindrops, Ray do. But I hope you're doing well, Ralph. Thank you for stopping by. And you love storms, I recall. My goodness. And I didn't even realise most people in Europe didn't have air conditioning. I was wondering why you didn't turn on your air conditioning until I watched Duck Icicle the other day, and he was talking about it's not really a regular thing. Yeah, it's not. We don't have it here because we don't have enough hot days for it to really be worth it at all. Like in a whole year, we'll probably only get a few weeks of heat wave max, and most of the time our summers are usually miserable and rainy anyway, but the odd time sometimes you can get a heat wave like this, and it's like, oh my goodness, we don't know how to cope when it happens, because it's not something that happens often. What about the characters walking around at the bottom? Oh, these are community characters, guys. That's a question we get asked a lot here. I think it'll probably be worthwhile because I'm going to be making another banner up there. I think it'll be really cool to be like, you can be, if you have 1,000 raindrops, you can be a character in the game. And I mention like about the thing below just so people know. I think it's a cool thing to clarify. But yeah, it's all these characters you see here are people in the stream currently, who are also characters in the game, and that's their character. It's there. And we're in the process today of adding everybody's profiles to the lore Bible that we've got here. So I'm gonna ! lore. So if you want to have a look, you can actually, if you click the characters folder, you can actually have a browse through some of the characters that we've added so far. And our goal is to get every single character that's been created so far into this lore Bible. And we don't have loads, we have 28. So the year we've been streaming this, we've had 28 community members reach the raindrop requirement to make a character. So here they all are. And we used to do it another way. We used to use these graphical character sheets to show off their profile and who they are, but I've recently decided that we're going to be doing it this way instead, where the profiles are presented in a written format like this, because everything on there is going to be the same, the content's the same, but it's just going to be easier to update and expand upon. Very hard to do that with image files, you know, like it can be a bit awkward and time consuming. So although I really love how they look, we are going to be scrapping them just for more easier methods, that all Bible. So we will no longer have these character sheets at this point, at the end of this week, once everybody's profile's been moved over to the lore Bible. So any future characters, any of the rest of you that hit the 1,000 raindrops and want to be a character and fill in a form, your profile will be added here as well with the rest of the gang. Lore, yay! Did that come up for you? I'm not sure. That should work if community members do the command as well, but maybe because I did it just before you, but I only did it once. And love your website, by the way. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Ivor. I appreciate the kind words. And hi, Vagabond. How you doing? I apologise for the slow hello. Been rambling on as always. Getting carried away. And what's up, Rainfolk? I like that name. I like that name for us, I have to say. And thanks for swinging by with the raid the other day. You're totally welcome. Totally welcome. Most streams at the end, I tend to do a raid unless I'm like pushed or I have to rush off. And I always like to do it most of the time with somebody who is a friend of mine or somebody in the community, ideally, to show a bit of appreciation and love and stuff, and fellow creatives and that. Always want to support that too. So, and the World Codex, is that on the website? Well, not currently. Funnily enough though, it's something that I really need to add on the website, and as soon as everybody's profiles are in, we're going to be taking them off the website, because currently there's a character section where you can click on the avatars and see everybody's character sheet profile. It pops up, but that section will be going and changed into this. So there'll be a sort of banner or button that I put on quite high up saying like go to our little Bible or something like that, and it'll link to here. So that'll be the easiest way to find it, I guess, to have it on the website. And World Anvil's great because it's a subscription service that's been made by a couple, and they always like are trying to make sure it's a super good tool and easy to use, and I think it's perfect. It's very visual, it's very simple, and there's a lot of cool things you can do, like timelines as well. I really like this. So we've kind of done that with the barrels' lives from when they were born, to show who was born first and stuff, and how it's all gone. So there's a real opportunity to like go crazy, you know, with lore and timelines, and I think there's family trees and all sorts, and lots of other things. I mean, I haven't really had a chance to look too deep into it because we're still very early with this. We only started the Lore Bible a few weeks ago. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is the way we're going to keep track of things. And again, because it's easier to do it this way than on our website, in all honesty. Our website's great and I love it, but I feel like the website's better for showing things off rather than having written content on it, and lore. So anything fancy, flashy trailers, images, showing off features, testimonials, FAQ, all that kind of thing will always go on the website. Anything like super fancy that's worthy of showing off. But when it comes to the actual story and lore side of things, everything related to that will be on here rather than the website. So that's kind of the plan at this point. I'm sure you've put a ton of work into this. Hope to do something like this in the coming years. Oh cool, you have an interest in stories and world building in games and all that, because that's very awesome. If so, always like meeting fellow like-minded people. And Rose Bible, yeah, Fantasia. It is a Rose Bible. Same, a couple of times my gang's traumatised a few newbie RPG maker devs with a surprise large raid when they weren't expecting many viewers. Yeah, sometimes it can be. I remember when I was a baby streamer, before I even started Raindrop Chronicles, because I've only been doing Raindrop Chronicles for a third of my streaming life. So, but in the early days, when I got big raids, I'd always get very flustered because I was like so new to it all, and but now I'm kind of like, you get used to it, I guess. I'm still very appreciative of it though, of course, because it's very kind that anybody would want to bring their community over. Sorry about all the website questions. I do web development for a living, so I always get excited about creating stuff like this. Oh well, I'm actually very flattered then about even more about the compliment about my website, considering you actually do web development. That means I'm not done too bad. A pro likes it. But yeah, I'm not trained in web or development or anything like that at all. Anything I do is self-taught. I'm not even good at coding. Like, I'm bad at it in all honesty. So, but I have a very, very, very deep interest in games, RPGs, and world building and characters and all that kind of thing. So that kind of passion is making me be like, who cares if I can't code? I'm still going to do it. And yeah, so it's cool. And yeah, if you ever want to show off your creative stuff, we have a creative work channel in the Discord, by the way, so feel free to have a look if you want to, that is. And no worries about the questions either, because I want to make sure you guys know that when it comes to streams, I don't expect to get super productive and do work very often. I kind of see streams as our time to chat and discuss and share ideas and brainstorm and bond and all that kind of thing. That's ultimately what the stream time is for, rather than doing the work, because it can be hard for me anyway to do work while being live and talking to an audience. Multitasking isn't an easy thing, but that is really why I only stream 3 days a week, because I need at least some days in the week to do the actual work. Because if I stream 7 days a week, or 5 even, it would be very distracting, because then I wouldn't be actually doing the development as much as I'd want to. And a 200k bit badge, if I get that badge, you can expect a marriage proposal to come with it. My goodness, Oracle. No one's ever proposed to me before, by the way. That's a confession. I've never been proposed to. Poor me. But yes, that's actually a new bit badge. I made that yesterday, funnily enough. It's every bit badge on our stream is Final Fantasy character, because I guess it's my franchise that got me into RPGs, so our channel is kind of very focused on that. And I made it yesterday, so our highest one before yesterday was the 100k bit badge, and there's only one person in the channel that has the 100k bit badge, so yes, I thought I want to start showing them off, because I'm pretty proud of those badges, and some of you didn't even know there was a thing, so it's an opportunity to show it off. And you can get Sephiroth next to you for just 1 bit, so you know, that's pretty cheap. You can get a badge for just 1 bit. And I missed it. What's the name of that tool? This is World Anvil. Thanks. Thank you, Zava, for letting Raver know. Everybody's names rhyme. I love it. Zava and Raver, or Rava. And but this game is RPG Maker. It is. And I've started on my own world, but web projects got in the way. End of year, I plan to start back on a game and prequel novel. It's nowhere as fleshed out as your stuff, but yeah, excited. Awesome. Yeah, I still feel like this could be way more fleshed out than it already is, but we're just taking a step at a time. Because this is going to be, you know, it's a fantasy epic world, and there's going to be a big opportunity to really make this even more expanded. But we're only on episode 1 content at the moment, so even when episode 1's released, there'll be potentially so much more to expand on in the future episodes too. Just followed you, need to improve my web dev skills for the next project. Yay! That's what I want to see, guys. You guys following each other as well, so we can be an awesome community of friends together. That'd be fantastic. I like to hear that. So, sure thing, been coding 15 years, so feel free to ask me about anything web. Yay! And if you need help on websites, so feel free to ask anytime. I've done a ton of WordPress. I see that's what your site's done with. Yeah, it is. It is actually what it's done with. And I've made a couple of websites in the past on WordPress, so I wasn't completely a noob. But I'm far from a professional. I'm one of these people that just learn as I go. And yeah, I think I did a pretty decent job with it. It's pretty dynamic and fancy, which was the goal, to have a website that catches people's eyes and stuff. But the content on it is going to slightly change. It's going to look the exact same, by the way, because I love how it looks. But there's going to be other things added, like testimonials. We've already added an FAQ. I was thinking of adding... of course, when we get a trailer out, that will go on there as well. So there'll be more new stuff added. And some of the stuff that's currently on there will be put onto the Lore Bible instead, as we do with our characters now. And we've also done it with the story so far as well. Let me catch up with chat, because my goodness, guys, there's a lot of chat here. I'll get to you all. I'm going to make sure I answer everybody. So, how much time do you spend on the game off stream? I do it a lot. Literally... I work as much as I'm on my computer, so it's hard to say. It's definitely more than what a 9-to-5 person would do. I feel like I work constantly, to be honest, and sometimes it's like I feel like I've not made enough progress for the amount of hours I do it, but I try not to punish myself for that, because otherwise, if I'm like, if I try and push myself to do too much, then that's when you get burnt out. So I try to pace myself. I try to get the right balance between pacing myself sensibly, so I keep the passion remains and the longevity of the project as well, but at the same time I want to at least see progress too. So I work on it every day for like 10 hours probably, but I never do anything else. Like, I haven't played games for about 6 months because I'm busy with this. And I work full time, so I can only stream twice a week, and yeah, it's hard doing dev while streaming, too many distractions. It is. I definitely see streams as not the time to work, because especially when you have a very chatty community, it's very difficult to work then, and I love having a chatty community, so you know, I don't want to change that for the world. Streams are for community time, that's what they're for. And good morning from GA USA. Hi Nako, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Wonderful to meet you. And small world, Nakamura, I'm in GA2. Yeah. Yeah, people who are close to each other. Surprisingly, it is a small world. Surprisingly. And who's the 200k badge? That's Emmett Salk from Shadowbringers Final Fantasy 14. He's actually my favourite Final Fantasy character, so it only makes sense that he's the most expensive badge, right? So yes, I am pretty obsessed with that character, so he's the most expensive. And I do love Terra. She's my favourite FF character. She's one of the coolest sounds, and you've got the Terra badge as well, so that's awesome. And yes, oh, Nako gave a 1 bit. I just noticed, by the way. Thank you for that. I can't remember if I thanked you for the 1 bit. I appreciate that. Because I haven't got to the point in chat yet, that's why. Oh, look at all those raindrops, you guys, again. Same, yeah. Yay, enjoy the Sephiroth badge. It should appear next to your name. If it doesn't appear next to your name, then you probably have to do it manually, I'm assuming. Sometimes you have to pick it manually. Thank you for the other bit, I appreciate the unicorn bit, Thank you very much. I hope I've not missed anybody's messages in chat. Okay, guys. Here we are then. So again, Lore Bible. I'll give it to you again in case anybody missed the link. Feel free to browse through the character profiles. Tell us your thoughts about the characters if you want. If any catch your eye, you think, oh, that could be an interesting character. Because we do have, not sure if you noticed, guys, but we have a community ideas and thoughts section that I've added to everybody's profiles. And that will give the opportunity to note down some potential ideas for the character. Whether we probably won't be able to do all ideas, of course, but it's nice to have them there to look at, just because you never know, might be cool. Like, we've done that so far with some of the barrel characters that we've got. We've noted down some well, I've noted down quotes from the community that link with that characters, because what I usually do, if someone says something interesting that's related to character development or story arc stuff, I usually just copy and paste it and put it in Notepad, and then at the end of stream I put them all in a Google Doc file, and that way we never forget them. I never forget anything someone said. Yay, that is the Discord command. Feel free to join, guys. Show off your stuff. So we have Creative Work channel and an Adorable Pets channel. So, and we have other channels too. But the Creative Work channel and the Adorable Pets channel tends to be the ones that people like the most. Alright, guys. So, who have we got to do next? Right. So, I'm doing everybody in order of when they submitted their character. It's only fair. So the next ones are some of the minor NPCs, but these 3 in particular, because the one that Binary Ferret submitted was a bit later, so we'll be doing these 3 first. We used to call them minor NPCs and major NPCs, but I'm scrapping that now, and we're going to have just NPCs. There's not going to be a major or minor. So I'm putting all the NPCs in different folders based on their type. So if we just hide playable heroes for a sec, I've grouped it a bit differently now. I've got rulers and leaders, townspeople and traders and adventurers and drifters, because before it was just rulers, but some of them aren't rulers, some of them are leaders, so I've kind of made it a bit less specific that way, and I think that's probably a cool way to do it. So it'll just be easier to keep track of the NPCs if we like put them like that, because we'll get more and more over time. And yes, okay then, so we're gonna do these 3 first, and then we're gonna go through the rest all in order. We'll go back to the top, do these 4 playable characters, then these 3, then these 2, and then Binary's character Jack. So all the ones that have a character sheet linked next to their name are the ones we're prioritising right now. We'll do those ones first before we do the new characters that were most recently submitted. I'm excited. Okay guys, so Photoshop. So Azrael's the latest one I did. I got through about, how many did I do? I did about 6 or 7 between today and yesterday. Okay. And thank you for joining the Discord, Raver. I appreciate that. Let's give a welcome. And oh well, Ebba's joined as well. Today's bread is doing its 2nd rise. How you doing, Mia? I saw your tweet. I was half asleep when I saw it. And I swear it said that you like hit 1,000 sub points or something. If so, congratulations, because that's incredible. GG. And hi Andy Cake. Are you sleepy, Andy? Nice top rose, thank you. It's very hot, so this is one of the cooler tops I have because it's very flowy. You can get a bit of breeze into this top, which you need in this hot weather. Definitely looking forward to seeing the game world. Great, it's very exciting, in all honesty, to like be making a world, because I don't know, it's just fun. It's just fun to do that. It is true, temporary, but the emote slots mean so much. I know, right? More cool Mia emotes. Have you got any idea which ones you're going to have, or are you still thinking about it? Yeah, tops are the best. 10 tops, of course. And okay. Okie doke, guys. So, thank you for joining the Discord once again. We're going to get more characters done. Okay, one sec, guys. Right, here we are. So, I've got everybody's character in this PSD file. So I'm gonna do the images first. I find it easier to do the images first and then add the actual profiles on World Anvil after. So this one, this character is, let's look what the name. Adoring fan. Okay, so This is one of our characters, and he might not be the only one. That might be a copyright issue, but at the time when he was submitted, that wasn't something I considered, because Raindrop Chronicles used to be a lot more. It was more of a fun, casual project back in the day, in the very early streams, but it's only like as time went on I realised I wanted to actually be serious and make it into a proper product, a game, and I just started to take it more seriously than just a light-hearted joke between the community. So a character like this that could be a copyright character might need certain it may need their name changing. The story, we're obviously going to keep the vision and kind of go with that trope, and I believe it's an Elder Scrolls Oblivion character. I think it's Oblivion anyway. That's the one. So we're going to obviously have that side, the same character trope and goals that he's doing and that, but the name Adoring Fan, I don't know whether that would be a problem, so we might actually have to give him another name, but we'll think about when the time comes, because I'm going to write a sort of note, like a disclaimer thing at the top of the character sheet profiles, and just mention that in the event of like copyright concerns, we may change certain names or law terms. Just so there's like you guys prepared for that possibility if ever a thing. Hi Turkey, how you doing? It's good to meet you. Oh, you were here last stream, I remember now. You came in just as we were finishing. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by again. And one is going to be a kitty cat, whichever kitty we end up with. Oh, that's so cute. I look forward to seeing them, Mia. Are you any closer to getting the new kitty? I'm excited. And I wouldn't stress that kind of copyright. Pretty sure you're in the clear. Yeah, I'm overly paranoid because I don't want to get sued or emailed. So that would make me panic. So sometimes I've got the attitude it's better being safe than sorry. I think I want to try and be careful and make sure we don't come across anything, but I'm sure that anything I do worry about is me just being overcautious. But like I say, better to be safe rather than sorry. And I drew a mascot for the stream at Brand yesterday. It looks so good. Oh, that sounds fun. If you want to show it off in our creative work channel, feel free to on our Discord, up to you. If old Todd wants to fight, it can bring it, yeah. But I mean, unless we feel like as a community, oh, that's going to be bad to have in the game, then it'll get changed. But you know, unless we feel that, we'll keep the vision and stuff. But it's nice to have the just as a note or something, because I wouldn't want any people who come here and create a character to like get angry or mad because something got changed and they didn't think it would. And I want people to know that if there ever has to be a change, it will have to happen if it's for the sake of the game or anything like that. Okay, so let's get back to it. So let's save this one first. I'm going to do 3 at a time. We'll do 3 character profiles at a time. But it's a great character. I really think it's an amusing one, so I'm sure there'll be a place for him in one of the biggest cities where there's a sort of like, what do you call it, like grand champion. He's like stalks grand champions, where there's a sort of a, I can't think of the word now, but you know, fighters fighting against each other and a competition. There's a proper word for it, but it's completely gone out of my mind. Hi Van, how you doing? It's good to see you. Gonna be lurking, gonna record some voice lines. Oh, exciting. That sounds cool. And thank you for the like though, Mia. What did I miss? Oh, just our rambles, Van. We've been having a good old ramble, haven't we, chat? And we're just carrying on with getting in the rest of the community character profiles and our lore Bible today as well. So that's the goals. I'm going to push through this heat and do it, even though I'm a little bit more unproductive because of the heat. Totally understood. I'm the same way about my NPC cameos. The people who redeem on my channel can have a lot of creative input, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to let them ruin the game. Exactly. And I think that's important. I mean, luckily, I've got a great community. Everybody here is super cool, and I know if I ever do have to change something or whatever, they'd have my back. Because you're awesome. But I'm not gonna lie, there has been times in the past where people have thrown a tantrum and left the community and never came back because of things maybe not going their way. And I'm just like, well, it's easier for you not to be here then if you're gonna throw a tantrum, because that's energy I don't want to have to spend, you know, trying to sort of make you feel better just because you're trying to have control of this. And so it's a lot easier for those people just to go. So when they have, I've just been like, okay, goodbye. Yikes, I know, right? It's been twice in the whole time we've done this, so it's really not anything that's a problem, but it does happen. So it's made me just think I've got to make sure this is organised in a way that we can reduce that potentially happening. Again, if possible, better to be rid of that toxicity, yeah, for sure. Like, it's hard enough making a game and managing a community at the same time as doing that, never mind having to like deal with those sort of problems that you don't need at all. Gladiators, yeah, that's it. Tournament, that's it. I was like, what's the word? Oh my goodness. But yeah, I could imagine this character popping up in a city where there's a tournament happening. I mean, you've got to have a tournament in an RPG in a city, haven't you? So yeah, he'd be a stalker of the champion, a secret assassin. You don't need that in your life. No one needs it. Yeah, for sure. It's a bit of a pain, but people are people. Most people, luckily, are awesome, but you'll always get one bad apple now and again. And it seems like my character is hiding behind everyone today. He is. He's there now, though. I can see him. Okay, I think I saved that one. So the next one is this one. This one is Lavender. So if you're curious about any of these characters that we're doing right now and you want to see their profiles, you can either look on the Discord or the website, because both of those currently have their character sheets on there. But they will be disappearing soon. Once everybody's on the lore Bible, that we'll be getting rid of those. He'll let Mr. Radu protect him, yes. Mr. Radu got over here to protect me. Guys, I'm going to do a trivia in chat too soon, because I realised last stream we didn't do one until the end. And we'll do one a little bit earlier today. Hee. Okay, so I've saved those three. But we've also got their sprites to do and their banners, so we'll do this one's sprite first. I mean banner first. Do you know K-Work is kind of slow this morning, but that's not unusual. Well, that's a change from Monday, because didn't you say you were super busy on Monday? I'm glad that it's a little bit more chill today for you. What's the deal with the barrels? Are barrels a playable race? Oh, interesting. They're actually not. If you look on the website, we currently have our character forms on there, and there's a section that shows off the races. That will be more prominent on the Lore Bible. We'll have a race section on the Lore Bible. There'll be a page for each of the races. I think that'd be pretty cool to do as well. But at the moment, you can only see them on the character submission form, and there's 8. Barrels isn't one of them, and the reason for that is because they're not a race. They were actually brought to life from a spell that is very linked to the main story arc that we're going for right now. So they're not like character. You can't be a barrel in the game. Those are community. They're created by us in stream and very specific to the story. And of course, people have come up with some really cool ideas for them, and I always think, yeah, we've had some really cool ideas for the barrels, and I've got like a big list of them. So we have there's a bit of lore on the Lore Bible about that, so you'd probably have to have a little read through to find out more. And we do have a lore video as well on the YouTube about the barrels. So exclamation mark YouTube, actually. There we go. You'll have to scroll a little bit, but you'll see it. There's a lore and discussion section, and there's one in particular that I made that talks about the barrel lore. Final Fantasy 9 Overworld background music. Yay, I know. It's a good one, isn't it? I've got a lot of good tracks on this playlist. Monday is chaos. Monday's the worst. Could be cool to run into an antagonist or protagonist barrel. Yeah, and I mean, we have the barrel characters that you see so far are who we have at the moment. I mean, who knows what other sentient objects will meet in the future. It's interesting anyway. So how are you doing? I mean, right now, those are all we've got, and they're kind of our main characters. But there could be others in the future. But there's always a big question mark over everything, and we just speculate and sort of brainstorm potential ideas, and we'll probably always have polls to kind of like set things in stone and see what like comes out to be the most popular and the choice that the community like the most for certain things. What day it is, it's actually, yeah, it is Wednesday. I always lose track of the days as well, all the time. Every day merges into one for me. Oh yeah, how was that patch, Van? I made an MXL bit badge like a nerd, just because I'm obsessed. And it's there now. It's the most expensive. And I haven't played 5.3 because I'm unsubbed at the moment, but I'm sure one day I'll get round to it. That one is a challenge. I died a lot. Trivia time, guys. I promised a trivia, so let's get that one in chat. What is the name of Nigel Buckington's sister? Goodness. Need to have more questions, this trivia. Oh my god, Raidu just got in. Just a touch. Just a touch before. So, GG, Raidu. GG, guys, for being such pros with the Raindrop Chronicles lore. There we go. I think that's correct. Does that work? Oh no, I've done it wrong. It's points first and then the name. There we go. That's it. Blame the sun for melting my brain. Well, not the sun, because I'm not outside, but the heat. Blame the heat for melting my brain. I put the whole name, my fail. Yeah. I'll attack Fiona. So don't worry about things like full names. If you, as long as you get the, you know, what the question's asking. That's the main thing. And don't set my points back to 1. Nah, don't worry, it's not. It's set your points to 9 because you've got an extra one. So all that does is add 1 point to your current score. Because every time you guys get an answer correct, I give you a point. If you want to see the leaderboard so far, exclamation leaderboard is the command you need to do. So it has to work harder. So feel free to do that command. Whenever I do the leaderboard command, it screws up and Stream Elements starts to act up in chat, so I tend to not do it. But if you guys want to do it, you can. Oops, I burped. Oops. It was a little quiet, cute burp though. Just popped out. Oops. Okay, so we're just getting these banners done. I think this is, there we go. Now we'll put blur. Leaderboard haiku. Very interesting main story quest you did drop, would I? You're getting my hopes up now because I was devastated by the conclusion of 5.0. No spoilers. Oh, don't give me any spoilers. I wasn't actually devastated. I thought it was a very good way to take the direction of the story, in all honesty. Like, part of me couldn't imagine it any other way. But at the same time, there was a slight disappointment within me. And I always kind of wished that something would happen, but I doubt it ever will. So I'm not going to say what it is that I wish would happen, because if anybody ever hasn't, if someone hasn't played Shadowbringers, I'd be spoiling, so I'll be quiet. No, not spoiling, but yeah, in particular, you would find certain aspects of the story interesting. There's some character info that comes up with, like, is Emmett being mentioned? My goodness. Just say that banner, I think I did. Okay, so the other character, we're doing 3 at a time because I think it'd be nice to get the batches done rather than individual characters. So oh no, wrong one. She's definitely got the evil eyes, this one. No messing with this character. And the screenshots are worth it. I'm tempted to look at spoilers, in all honesty now, man. Which is bad. But I'm one of these people that sometimes can't resist spoilers. And I think my poor character's going to have a resting angry phase through 5.3. Oh, how come? I'm really curious now. I'm very curious. Trying to debate skills and weapons for my character right now. You use the big sword. Radu is the big sword guy. I mean, yes, no pressure though, Radu, because of course that is something you can think about for a long time. This is a very long project, so who knows when it is we'll be implementing our skills. Years to come, probably. But you know, it's nice to have it there and for you to like adjust over time if you wish as well. So it's a fun thing to do. Oh yeah, for sure, probably at least a year, yeah. I mean, when people ask how long is this going to go on for, like I've said the decade because it's episodic. I think it might be unrealistic to expect an episode to come out every single year as well, because especially if we want to go for quality, it's more like each episode would be a 2-year development cycle when we get into the swing of things. I've always said episode 1 will be much longer to develop because I'm new and less experienced, and we will be getting things like the UI and the features and getting everything in place. The whole framework takes time, so for that reason episode 1 will probably be the longest to do, but you know, I've kind of like thought, yeah, this will take a long time, many years, if we want something of quality and something that isn't rushed, then it will. And what weapon are you going to be using, Van? Is it okay if I call you Van? Yeah, Van likes the name Van, don't you? I'm sure, because I've been calling you Van this whole time, so I hope so. And I'm still thinking about my boys' skills, magic, etc. Yeah, wowzers, very long time. Yeah, I mean, it's just how it is. If you're going to make an RPG and you want to create an epic world and you're a solo developer, you're not gonna do it in a couple of years, are you? Unless you're an absolute pro and you have a team behind you and you have a high budget and you rush it to death. But that's not the situation I'm in, so it's gonna be very, I mean, you look at companies like Square, who did the Final Fantasy VII remake, right? How long did it take them just to do that first episode of the Final Fantasy VII remake? Many years, right? And that's a team of hundreds of people, so, and I'm one person, so you got to be realistic about development times, or you're not going to do it overnight. And that helps me, in all honesty, knowing it's going to take a long time takes the pressure off immensely. Because I'm not like getting stressed out about it and thinking, oh my god, I need to do this now, and rushing my head off with it. It just takes the burden off completely. And really, why even rush? Why rush? Like, to me, this is a life goal. If I'm an old lady and I can talk back about my years and be like, oh yes, I created a whole RPG world and I'm really proud about that, and that's my life goal. So I'm not like, oh my goodness, I have to get this done in the next 2 years and then it's all over. Not at all. Like, this is something I'm happy to be doing for God forever if I want. I mean, as long as the quality's there and it's good, that's all that matters to me. I'd rather take 10 years to do something that's very well done with a lot of time and effort, and that's a good product and a good story, than something that took a quarter of that time but is mediocre. Because then it's like, why even bother then if it's going to be mediocre? Do you get what I'm saying, guys? Well, in Raindrop Chronicles, I'm thinking Staff, I have to have him with a hand weapon. Staff's a great one for a priest, and you know, when it comes to the weapons with your playable character, it makes more sense for it to match the class as much as possible, the class that you decide that you want to be. But you know, there's always options to be a bit creative about it if possible, as long as it makes sense and with the class and the character. And common, I'm trying to figure out new idea options. Yeah, take your time, enjoy it. That's the best way to do it. Yeah, I mean, for sure, guys, like, if you're going to be someone that's going to create a big project, it's a big decision to make, you know. When it's not something I made lightly when I did it, I knew that when I was going to be doing this, it was going to be a hell of a long-term thing. So I hope that when people come in the stream and they see that we're in nearly close to stream 200, that they don't think that means that we're close to the end, because this isn't a game jam or something that is meant to be a quick thing. This is a proper marathon here. You know, who knows what number stream will be on when this ends, but it's definitely not going to be a small number, put it that way. I see this as a career, so and I thought about possibly a spear too, something that can work double as a staff and a good stabbing tool. Yeah, for sure. I mean, there isn't a dragoon class actually in the character form, but I did think about adding dragoon, and they would be the spear, right? If we were going to have dragoon. Am I right? I completely, I'm pretty sure of that, but you know, we'll think of something. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so we've done Lavender, and her banner looks done. Let's save it. Another cute reptile, but is he cute really? That's the question. He might be a sly one. I like him because I'm a reptile sympathiser. I'm so glad I have a fan. This room would definitely be a volcano if I didn't have a fan. There we go. So we got the free characters, banners, and free characters, avatars done. So it's the sprites now. And then we'll be going back to the Lore Bible and getting their actual profiles written up. And then we'll have another 3 done. I'd be really happy if today I could get all the ones that currently have a character sheet done, but that might be a bit over ambitious. But before Friday's stream, I'll do the ones we haven't done off stream that have the sheets. And that will leave us on Friday to put in people like Radio and Van's characters that we haven't done any sheets for. So that'll be fun times. We'll be on the last batch of characters then at that point. Are you guys excited to see your characters on the Lore Bible? Okay, so we'll get Rose in. we use her as a template for doing the other sprites, and I've got a little bit more of an efficient way to do this now because it was a little bit time consuming how I was doing this bit last stream. So well, I'll open up all 3 of them. So it will be fun. Is there something you need from me by then for the Lore Bible? Everything that you did in your submission form, because you did send a submission form, I believe, and it should be in my inbox. So everything you filled out in that character sheet should be enough, and we've got your default avatar and we've got your little sprite walking guy, so I think we're all good. The things like the expressions and anything else is all just additions, so we only just need the default images at this time, so no worries or no pressure at all. There we go, so here's all 3. I'm going to put a Lore Bible in chat again. I'm showing it off a lot, doing the command a lot, because it's not linked anywhere on the website at the moment, so more reason to make sure you guys know how to get to it easily. He's got a little torch as well, how sweet. All the characters are so cute, I know, right? They are when they're in their sprite form, for sure. Everybody is in sprite form because it's just the cute art style of it. But when you see their avatars, some of them have a real cheeky or sly face, or even angry faces when you see their like avatar versions. He's smiling, but the other reptiles that we have like angry face, but they're still adorable. There we go, so everything should be aligned. I'm going to merge those layers there. So I use, yeah, I always put a character underneath so I can make sure everything's aligned in the right position, and it is. So now we can save, and all his assets are done now. Just got to do the other two, and I'm really excited to be able to get them on the Lore Bible. It's lots of fun seeing more characters get put on there. And if I can, I really want to treat the Lore Bible a bit like a bit of a Wikipedia sort of TV tropes thing, where you know, everything's linked together. So if there's ever any articles or story so far things and it mentions your character, I would like that to be clickable, so it will take people straight to the character's profile. Because I want it to be like, you know, a resource where it's easy as possible for you to get information on things about our game, guys. A spooky cutie. I dig the brown mullet for adoring fan. And I like how we have a variety of races, you know, there's with the community characters. We've got a mixture of humans, elves, reptiles, felines. I don't think there's one. The only race that we haven't got so far is dwarf. No one's made a dwarf character yet. So that's an interesting one. That one, we haven't got one yet. But all the other races we have. Kung, how are you doing? It's lovely to see you. How have you been, Kung? I hope you're managing. Is it hot where you are as well? Hope you're having a good day. Always wonderful to see Kung. And Kung, your profile's on the Law Bible as well. I put Kung's character on the Law Bible last night, so exciting times. Okay, now we'll do silence character. Super hot here. Yeah, it's hot for a lot of people and I'm melting. I hope it's cold tomorrow. Well, I definitely hope it's cold Wednesday when I'm streaming next, because I just want to be normal again. I want to be cold. Muffin, how you doing? I hope you're okay, Muffin. Thanks for stopping by. You are awesome. Ooh, so cool. It is. Because there's a lot of potential now we've got the profiles on the Law Bible. Because they're pretty basic at the moment, everybody's profiles are. And there's a lot of potential to add more stuff, like really make everybody's profiles super detailed, especially as they are in the game. Like once they're in the game and they actually start having dialogue and a character arc, we'll have more stuff to write in there, I think. I want to make sure the Law Bible is something that always consistently gets updated. I don't want to neglect it. Especially because I mean, in normal circumstances, you just play the game to find out about it, but there's going to be a lot of stuff on the Law Bible that might not necessarily be revealed in the game. Like they say, writers know what 10%, writers reveal 10% authors in their stories of what's actually been written, or something like that. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we don't even reveal in the game, and development time between episodes that will maybe quite long as well, so people will need to know what's happening between them. Been up for 30 minutes, oh my goodness, thank you for popping in so early, Muffin. Am I Muffin's morning stream? Here we go, so next character's done. And yeah, we've been spending a lot of time getting the characters in the Law Bible a bit, but we'll still have to do that with the fruits and the Lakefall NPCs as well eventually, once we've started adding their content, more content, because next month I'm thinking of doing a bit of new content. We'll have a chat about Main Quest 3 and what's going to unfold there, and maybe even consider some side quests. or at least have a chat about certain themes and develop a rough idea of certain ideas we could take for side quests. And of course there's finalising that main quest too, with the fruits, how all that's going to end, and that's all going to link with main quest 3, like the end of main quest 2, once Rose does that painting after the first boss fight, will lead into the start of main quest 3. So, and at some point I do want to smooth over that battle system with the fruits, but it's going to be something I may have to put a bit of time into perfecting, because the battle system stuff can be quite a challenge indeed. But it's definitely going to be something I look into once I finish all the mapping of Everbloom Forest and got everything all fixed. Because I'm going to have to re-implement a few things like the mini-maps and the enemies walking across the map on this new map as well. So, and the region collisions as well. There's definitely a few new things to do. Battle systems hurt myself. I know it's not something I'm naturally good at, because it's so it requires much more of your brain in a maths way, and balancing and getting things working as you want them to. So I did get a bit of advice from someone to do the battle stuff last, and focus on the other things first. And to some degree I think they're right. I think it's always the last job doing balancing and things like that. But at the same time, I think I like to consider it at least. Even as I don't expect it to be perfect. Like, say for example the fruit boss, at this point in time, especially before we get a first playable build out, I don't expect it to be perfect and completely 100% balanced and correct. But I like having the framework there at least, and the concept of what we're trying to do. So but it's not going to be perfect. It'll always be something we consistently perfect as into episode 1's release. And same with the other battles that we end up having too. Okay, so do we save her? I think we did. So now it's the last one of the 3. So these guys used to be minor NPCs, but now they're not. They're the same as all the other NPCs now. Because these characters have a lot of potential too. I started thinking that there's not really no difference between the major and minor NPCs. Everybody should get their chance to shine in the story. We don't know what potential some of them may have either. This is a nice thing to do during a very hot week though. Like, it's been so hot, and as I said, it can be hard to focus in hot weather, but this is something really chill and easy to do. So I'm glad I made this decision to do that this week. Because we really just copied and pasted stuff that's already been done before. So some chilling, calming work, yeah. Like organising images and copying and pasting text and stuff like that. That's like probably one of the easier jobs. So yay. Okay, so this is the last one for now. We've got more characters, of course, but I'm doing them in batches. So I've said we've got these 3 now all done. So we'll hide Photoshop for a little bit. And those 3 of these ones here, guys, the ones I've just done. So I'll be changing once they're in the lore Bible. I'll put that next to their names too. So here we are. Now, adoring fan. I'll probably go under. Why isn't this come up in the? What's that, guys? There we go. For some reason, the window capture wasn't refreshing. But we've done it now. It's refreshed now. So let's just zoom in. Also, Lore Bible, guys. Feel free to come in and have a little look with us as we do this, if you'd like to, folks. So, adoring fan, the one that's inspired by the Oblivion character. Had some compliments about that character. It's a very it's one that people like, and understandably so, because it's quite amusing and it's you know, a call out to a funny character in Oblivion. But if we ever have to change something about it, it would just be the adoring fan name, because I think that's what it's called in Oblivion too. But everything else will be kept the same. Because he'll probably have a name, in all honesty. Like, when we talk to him as an NPC, he will have a name. He won't just be a generic name. We like to give our NPCs actual names, rather than just soldier number 1 or fan number 2 or things like that. So I could see him having a name anyway. Can always ask Sick what name he'd like to call him, and if he doesn't mind, if he's not bothered, like, then we'll do it. So we'll see when the time comes. Okay, so adoring fan's going to be in adventurers and drifters, and Lavender and Use will be in townspeople and traders, because Lavender's a townsperson. Like, literally she lives in a town as a sort of college student, and Use is a merchant, so he'd fall under traders. I thought traders would be a good way to sum that up, because there'll always be merchants, there'll always be blacksmiths and business people in towns. And Otsuyu I've put in there because she's a brothel owner, and although she travels from place to place a lot, she is someone that does own a business. So it felt right for her to go in that category. Whereas adventurers and drifters are more the types that are either not got any commitments, or they're not people who live in towns rigidly. They go from place to place a lot, and they are explorers. They're sort of people who want to be on the go and out there in the world fighting, or maybe no responsibilities at all. And rulers and leaders, that's pretty straightforward enough, I guess. Hi Binary, how you doing? I hope you're well. I'm doing good, Binary. How are you? How are things going for you? Thanks for stopping by. I can't even pronounce that name, Rav. Fanatique. Have I said it right? Okay, so let's get their profiles in now. So this is pretty easy enough, you guys, how we do this. This is our sort of dashboard. I guess our articles dashboard. This is where we have everything, the categories, and these are our articles. So character is what we're doing, so click character. First one we'll do is adoring fan. Now we need to get the character template out, because we use that to just copy and paste the stuff in. So I'm trying to find that. Unpublished, it might be there. No. we haven't lost it, because we need that. If it is, we'll have to just use someone else's as a template. Did I delete it then? Is there a deleted section here maybe? Probably not. Looks like I accidentally deleted it. Right then. If that's the case, we'll use Kung's profile just as a template for this. A binary fairy heart. Yay. Things are going well, game David going well. My face is melting, but it's all great. Thank you. I know mine is too. I said on my Discord live announcement that you guys can come help stop me from melting by talking to me. I don't know how that will help, but it is, funnily enough. You're doing game dev too? Yeah, binary is indeed. Feel free to tell us about binary if you want to chat about what you're doing. Feel free to. A lot of people that come hang out here are very creative people, so I'm very awesome that we have so many creative folks here that are working on awesome projects. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Right, first we've got to upload. We need the files section. Where's that hiding? Images and files, that's it. Yeah, we have to upload their images. Just realised we haven't done that yet. We got 1 GB of space. I wonder if we'll fill that up one. Just imagine. I think even on the free version of World Anvil you still get a decent amount of space though. But I can't remember exactly how much. Oops, I've done that twice. Delete. All the fun times. Sounds super exciting, binary. Question for you, Rose, and anyone here working on an indie game. Would you have anything against someone collecting info about your game to put on a website to promote indie games in game dev? Oh, expand on what you mean by collecting info. I don't see how that would be a problem at all from my perspective. If it's like, you know, giving this game a bit of love and attention, I would actually be like, that would be an honour to me. If that's what it is, of course, if that's what you mean by collecting info. I'd always be very flattered to hear people talk about the game, especially on a website or written as an article or something. I'd share that stuff on the Twitter. Hi Sortra, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope you're not melting like the rest of us. Really hope you're not. Now, one more uses character stuff and then we can get them in. So, it's a lot easier to do this in batches, I'm finding. rather than just one at a time. So okay, so we've got those 3 done. So first it's adoring fan that we're doing, and here again, if anyone's just popped in, here's the quick link to the Lore Bible, guys, considering it's not yet on the website. When it does get put on the website, I'm going to put it quite high up to like really put attention on it, because the Lore Bible's going to be such a big thing with our game, and it's going to be something we very much consistently like go to use and put a lot of sort of attention on in our game, and for folks to learn about the game and our characters more and places and world. And I mean, we have a trivia on the stream, and that's predominantly all about that, what's on the Lore Bible as well. I'm going to just go in the World Anvil Discord and just let people know we're streaming. I'm working on a project called Indie Showcase, and the purpose is a better indie games database for people to find and learn about games. That sounds pretty cool. I think from how I feel as an indie, I want people to find out about Raindrop Chronicles, because, like, you know, it's difficult to get that exposure as an indie. So I'd all be for that for sure. Sounds cool. I get to stay in air conditioning. Is that what the AC means? I assume so. I'm good. Lucky you. Lucky you. I've got my fan on, so that's something at least. It would also allow game devs to use it like a blog to post updates and have it auto post to social media. Oh, cool. Yeah, sounds pretty interesting. I think some people might like that. There are like 4 or 5 other indie game databases, but they all look like they were made in the 90s. Very little appeal. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Sometimes it's about how you present something, like for sure that can catch people's attention. Then if you make it fresh and more modern. So good luck with that, Rav. And let us know about it if you get it up and running. Okay, so we've lost our character template, so I'm having to copy from another character to get this in. Oh, I think there's a storm. I swear I just heard thunder. I hope there is, because I want there to be a storm. Okay, so I'll put everybody's text in here. I've got lots of tabs open, so I'm like, oh, where's everything? Okay, so there we go, that's the one we need. So we've got his image in. Yeah, this question, because these are minor NPCs, the character form is slightly different, the questions that are on it. So at the moment, the questions like, I've put it like that. I'm going to keep it as what type of action you're part of at the moment, but I might adjust the wording of that question for all profiles, just so it's fitting for everyone now that we're merging minor and major NPC. But for now, we'll keep it like that rather than the living, what do you do for a living. So, what is your biggest flaw? Trying to get there, been working on it on stream the last 6 months, but that means only 4 to 6 hours of dev a week while streaming, so slow going. Yeah, things can be slow, but one step at a time, you know, doing 1% of something is still better than nothing. That's what I always try to tell myself, because we'd go crazy if we expected to do too much work all the time. Slow and steady wins the race. Exactly. It's I would say it's a marathon, not a sprint. That's literally this project as well. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You gotta tell yourself that. Also, doesn't help that I get sidetracked with other projects. Yeah, that is something as well. Like, if I was working on other things, then less energy would go in Raindrop Chronicles, and I could imagine that'd be a real challenge. Definitely. You must be a magician, Binary Ferret. Oh no, that goes there. Okay, so I think that's everything in correctly. I'm just to make sure. Oh no, I forgot. There's so many tabs up. I need to do this a little bit better. One sec there. I've got to be careful as well, because I've noticed I'm overwriting Ale Andra's with Adoring Fans profile by accident, and this is why I don't like using someone else's profile as a template, just in case I accidentally save it and it gets messed up. And unfortunately I deleted the template by accident. Okay, so that's corrected. Okay, so now it's the traits: excited, optimistic, honest, spontaneous, reckless and open-minded, talkative and traditional. Cool. And I definitely did it in Adoring Fans and not in Elendras, I hope. Okay, so disgusted to say that's hilarious, because I wrote these up really quickly this afternoon before stream, just so I didn't have to type it all up, because these very early character submissions we no longer have the text for, like the newer ones. Luckily with the ones that we get to do after, I can just copy and paste the text from the PSD file, but it was all flattened on the old ones, so I had to manually write them all up myself. And I was doing it this morning, and I must have put disgusted assassin instead of disguised assassin. Thank you for noticing the typo though, because otherwise that would have, I mean, I might have noticed it, but who knows, it could have stayed there. Disguised, there we go. That's hilarious. Yeah, there's always going to be typos, and if you guys ever spot any, because I'm only one set of eyes at the end of the day, just feel free to be like, oh yeah, that profile's got a typo on it, and I'll just change it. It's so much easier to update now we've got this, you know, compared to the character sheet images like this. You know, a typo in that is just a pain in the butt to correct, because then you've got to save it all again and upload it all again. But this way, it just go in the article, change, save. So much easier. How you doing anyway, Stan? Hope you're all right. And that's the curse of any creative, indeed. And oh, hee, it's funny. And thank you, Lucas, for that follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. And anybody who's new and lurking and hanging out as well, welcome to you as well. We're nice here, aren't we, chat? We're just big old nerds. Just don't be afraid to say hello. Okay, so that's all filled in, that section. So now the next part. So submitted by Sigerty. And he doesn't have a goal because the minor NPCs, I didn't actually have that as a question on the form. I didn't give a goal for minor NPCs, so none of the minor ones will have any. But now we're scrapping minor NPCs and just putting them with the major NPCs and having them all in one. You know, that everybody will need a goal now. But because we don't have one, I'm going to just put question mark for them right now. We can always assign a goal to them later that fits with the rest of the stuff that's been filled in on the profile, if we wish. It's okay to have question marks there for things that we don't know about right now. It's getting developed after all, and there'll be a lot of unanswered questions and mysteries there. Okay, so copy that. Okay, so that bit's filled in. Now this bit. Species and kind is an elf. They also don't have allegiances either. The minor NPCs. I'm really glad that we're making them more fleshed out though now and giving them those. Looking at his profile, he's clearly an antagonist. Because he's a disguised assassin trying to kill someone who really doesn't deserve to be killed. Paul Grand Champion. So he at the moment, he seems to me someone who stands out as an antagonist. So, but because of the nature of Raindrop Chronicles, the fact it's a story with choices and branching paths, people who are antagonists and allies may not forever be that. Well, depending on choices you make, they might change depending on your play style and your hero's morality. So that's why we have it written as current allegiance, because it's changeable. What it is as current allegiance is how they are presented right now when you first meet them, I guess, and based on the information that's written in their profile. Okay, and very good, thanks. Stormy's coming soon, going to relieve me of that heat. I hope so, because even though there's going to be storms all this week, apparently it still says it's going to be like in the late 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's like really warm. I hope it gets cold. I want still to be boiling. I want the cold, please. So elf antagonist, we don't know his full name. He's just adoring fan at this point, but I'm sure he'll get given a name. In fact, it's probably smarter to do that so that we're not copying Bethesda completely. But, you know, we can refer to him as an adoring fan. We could as long as we don't get sued. Okay, so male, and his hair colour's blonde, and because he's a dude, he's masculine, presents as a male. I don't think it has an E at the end. E is for feminine. So eye colour, what was his eye colour? gold. Looks like it. And his complexion. It looks to be the flushed complexion. But it might, it's actually hard to tell between flushed and light. I'm going to say flushed, I think that's what it is. The flushed complexion's a bit more pinkish in the face, you see, than the light. The light complexion's a little bit more, less pink in colour tone. Place above question mark, okay. So everything's in. Now, design, we've got to add the banner. There we go, banner is in. Navigation, we said he would be a did we say he'd be a drifter and an adventurer? I mean, he could be a townsperson as well. Let's have a look at what his professor says. He follows Grand Champions. Yeah, I said that I could imagine it happening within a big city, but because he's a disguised assassin and there's a lot of talk of him jumping off cliffs, I'd see him more as the drifter type. So we'll put him under that for now, but we can always change it if it turns out he is someone who is living in a city. Okay, so there, I think that's the one. Position, weight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's the 6th one. I think that's the right one. And he is after Azrael. So yeah, previous article Azrael. So published, save. Let's have a look if it's come up okay. If anybody wants to look. Oh, the Law Bible's popped up. The bot said it. So if you want to click it, you don't want to have a peek, just have to click right there, folks. So I will refresh it, see if it's come up. And he is there, exactly where he should be. Sigurd, elf antagonist, male blonde goldfish, yeah. And just double check everything as it should be. So excited, optimistic, honest, spontaneous, reckless, open-minded, talkative and traditional, yeah. Because sometimes you never know, you could accidentally write the wrong one in. I'm still laughing at the disgusted assassin that I'd wrote in instead of disguised. Oh my goodness. Okay, everything looks good. There's nothing wrong with that. So he's done now. We could go on Azrael's profile and just make sure that we add that he's a navigation there. Because then it's much easier for you folks to look through the profiles then, rather than having to go back to the home page. So, navigation, there we go. You should totally have a disgusted assassin pop up somewhere. Never gonna forget now. I suppose he would. In a way, he is a disgusted assassin, because why would he want to kill him? Unless he's a psychopath, of course. But usually to kill someone, you must be disgusted with them. Unless you just like killing for the sake of killing. Which, you know, is never a good thing. I mean, yeah, psychopaths are cool and stuff, and I think if they're, you know, have an interesting backstory, but I don't know if I'm a fan of killing for the sake of killing. I like a bit of a reason, a motive, personally. Hehe. Maybe he's disgusted by the other enemies and runs away from the fight. But it's interesting. Be interesting to like think, why does he kill these grand champions? Like, really flesh it out at some point. And this is why I like the community ideas and thought sections for people, because honestly, if anyone in chat hanging out with us is looking through these profiles and has a cool idea, I'll be adding it there for the relevant character. And I might already have a few for some characters, and I'll add those at some point, any that we currently already have. Okay, so he's done. I'm not going to mark him off yet. I want to get the other two in that we did as well. So the next one, the dashboard, character, new character. In fact, we'll use him as a template now. Lavender Sun Song. We'll get her banner in first. He kills for the money, but only does it cleanly and is disgusted by other amateur assassins. Interesting. I'm making a note of it. Okay, right, so let's get that content in. We've got the images up. Okay, so name Lavender. I like the name Lavender Sun Song. I think it's got a really nice, sounds nice together. It's very pretty. So let's get her info in. Thief and a con artist, this one. Thief and a con artist. My family owns a large livestock farm just a short distance from town. Interesting, considering that a farm might be the next place we visit in the game. That means they might make an appearance. Because the characters' appearance in the game, all these characters that we're doing, the future community characters, they'll pop up whenever it feels like they're meant to pop up, you know. Like if it's being mentioned in their profile that they live in a farm and we so happen to be going to a farm, you know, it's an opportunity to make their introduction at that point. I'll never just add them randomly just for the sake of getting everybody in the game quickly. It will be at the right time if it's a location that belongs. Like Kung, for example, she's a forest dweller. Aelandra, should I say, because that's the name. She will very likely be in the Everbloom Forest because she hangs out in forests. So, you know. And what is your biggest flaw? Compulsive lion, always spread rumours that lead others astray. Biggest fear, being recognised. Deepest, darkest secret. The fact that they're a con artist, but it's a big secret, nobody knows. Super interesting. I'm glad we've got a con artist in the game. That's why we gave her an evil face, because we wanted her to actually look a bit like evil and like she's up to no good. We didn't want her to look too innocent. Okay, so image, that one. Have you ever done NaNoWriMo? Oh, funnily enough, I haven't. I've always been really interested in NaNoWriMo though. And I always like check up on people when they're doing it to see how they're going on. I used to go on the forums, but I've never actually done it myself just because it's such a commitment. And you basically have to do nothing but that for a whole month of your life. And you know, it's definitely a challenge if you're doing other projects and stuff, but it would be a lot of fun. I've always said one day I'd like to do it. If like if there's ever a period in my life, a quieter period, I'd probably be more willing to take on such a thing then. Have you done it, Rav? I tried it first time last November, got to 18k words, didn't finish, but it was so cool to finally write. I can imagine. It would be good for me because whenever I've tried to write novels or stories and all that thing, I'm always very slow and spend way too much time mulling over things. So something like that would really challenge me to get something written up, even if it's terrible. You kind of need 2 hours a day to at least, you know, to get enough words down. Yeah, I have a friend who used to do it on stream. He'd do word sprints and stuff, but he's not really streaming anymore, which is unfortunate. But it was fun. I used to hang out while they were doing word sprints. I think it'd be a really good thing for someone to stream, and I'm saddened there isn't a writing category on Twitch, because I think that would encourage more people to actually do NaNoWriMo on stream if there was, because I think it could be a big thing, or at least be a category that people stream in. I joined a Discord where they push each other a lot. The main thing was just write as much as you can edit in December. Yeah, it's just about getting the thoughts down, even if they're rubbish and not messy, that you just do it, you just write, because sometimes just writing just helps get ideas out. But people can be reluctant to write when it's rubbish because I think it's terrible, so they don't write it. But you gotta just tell yourself, you gotta just do it. Get it all down. Writing is hard to stream, you need to focus. Yeah, I mean, we do writing in our stream. We've had dialogue streams and writing plot streams, and it's been an incredible creative time in my experience, where we've really brainstormed some really cool things together. So yeah, but they're probably, you know, a lot of people probably think it isn't streamable, but it all depends how you do it. On the Discord, they have a channel where you join and they do word wars. That sounds fun, word wars. I think to be actively writing, especially if you're trying to get things done fast, then yeah. And you probably can't be active in chat if you're doing word sprints and things like that, because it's distracting. But for things like thoughts and development and world building, I think it's a cool thing. Because chat can like get involved and stuff then. See how many words they got done in 20 minutes. That gets everyone writing. Yeah. Sounds fun. Are you going to do NaNoWriMo this year? My God, November's coming up. I couldn't do it this year. I mean, I couldn't anyway because of Raindrop Chronicles. This is too much of a thing. But Cyberpunk 2077's out this November, isn't it? And I feel sorry for anyone who's doing NaNoWriMo this year, because that means they can't play it. I'm busy doing their novel. Absolutely. I'm going to try again. Awesome. That sounds fun. Sounds super fun. Okay, so I've copied and pasted all that stuff, I think. Got there. Have a try now for the rest. Joyful and optimistic. Deceitful, spontaneous. You've got to have your deceitful characters. You've got to have them. Well, not everyone. I've also realised that not everybody that's an antagonist is necessarily deceitful. You can sometimes have honest antagonists as well. Sometimes good guys can be deceitful too. Spontaneous and cautious. Okay, cool. Now the next part. Last time the first 10 days were good, it got really hard after that. I bet. I'd feel like, I mean, I'd want to be prepared, but do people generally not prepared? They just do it. You can't cheat, I suppose, to prepare too much. But I'm a planner. I'm a very planny person. Neko, I think this character Lavender's our only Neko character so far. Antagonist clearly. Full name. Oh, Lavender Song. We have a full name for this one. Gender female. Hair colour is brown, I believe. Brown hair, brown eyes. Yeah, she's a floating action too. Okay. Navigation now. Last part. And she is... yeah, she is a townspeople and traders. So, save. I'm going to do another trivia chat as well, guys, soon. So, you know. Okay. Let's see if she... oh, she's not there. Did I accidentally put her... oh, yeah, I did. I accidentally put her in the episode 1 current. Because it's hard to tell because they're both the same. There's definitely a storm happening right now, by the way, folks, because I can hear it. I can hear the thunder. There we go. Let's have a look at how the profile's looking. Hopefully no weird bugs with it. Nope, it's all good. Joyful, optimistic, deceitful, spontaneous, cautious, narrow-minded, talkative, and rebellious. Cool, everything's in there, I think. Just double checking. Cool, so she just needs to be linked to Otsuyu. The previous article, there we go. I'm scared of the storm, chat. I'm scared. It's not only boiling hot, but there's a storm as well. The worst two things. Okay, I'm gonna put Trivium chat, guys. So, back from lurking, I did Nano way back when. Got about 20k and was proud of myself for that little bit. Haven't had much time to do them since then because of college courses. Ooh, well, good job. That's super cool. And yeah, I'm always very, even though I've never done Nano myself, I'm always very like, it's something that interests me. And one day, in many years to come, when Raindrop Chronicles is finished, who knows if I'll do it. Want to at least try it for years. It's a good goal, a good like thing to do. To try and do that every year. You'll be an amazing writer. Trivia. Let's make sure trivia. We got that question earlier, damn it. We need to add more questions Minion, thank you so much for that host. How are you doing? I appreciate that. Let's give Van the point. Well done, Van. You got there this time. You said Fiona without Bookington at the end. Repeat question. Yeah, sometimes we'll get repeat questions. I mean, it's the look of the draw, isn't it? So, but when we flesh it out more, our trivia, and have more choice of questions, we'll get less of that happening, hopefully. So points, Vandy, but you know what I mean, it's meant to be easy at this stage. I wanted the first few months probably of doing this trivia to not be too intimidating for the community to get involved in, so I wanted some easy questions. It'll get harder over time. Exactly. Okay, GG, yeah, Van. And Minion, thank you so much for that host. I'm gonna give you a shout out. I hope you had a good stream. I hope it went well. Another science tech person. Appreciate passing your community on to me. Hope you have a brilliant rest of your day. Alright guys, so where's Otsuyu? Yeah, we'll link her up to Lavender as well. So it's nice putting our minor NPCs with our major ones now. I feel better about that personally. Having it just be NPCs now and having them all together. So yeah, the character forms will be changing, how they're worded and organised, of course, because we're only going to be having 2. Right. So now it's on to use. So that'll be our 3rd one of the day in there, which isn't bad, doing getting 3 characters in during a stream where I'm doing chatting at the same time. Not bad. I mean, we're not at the end of the stream yet, so we might even get another couple in as well. Okay, so the next one, I'll just mark those ones as done, is use, and then we'll be going back to our playable characters like Emeralise, Master Emerald's character, and the ones that come after that. And I'm going to aim to get a few more done off stream again so that we can get this done on Friday. I want every single character in this little Bible by the end of Friday's stream. I think that'd be super cool. Ooh, 41 raindrops, nearly in the top 500. GG, Zava. How do you feel about that? Do you feel badass? Your drizzles and splashes, guys. You're going to be soon armies. Soon. I know you say. Can anyone guess how many raindrops I have? I wonder if anyone can guess. Because I have some. I'm not even the top rank, and I'm the streamer. And thank you, Alcon, for that follow. I appreciate that, by the way. Welcome. Hope you had a great day. Too many. I do have the most. That's definitely a fact. There we go, guys. That's how many I've got. Yeah, you got it, Van, but you could cheat it because I'd already put it in. So yeah, I'm a bit of a badass when it comes to raindrops, but I'm not even. I still need over 1,000 to be the top rank, so it just shows what this stream's like and what it, you know, not even the stream has the highest rank here. How do you set the ranking to grow? Is that in Streamlabs? It is. I use Streamlabs OBS as my, like, for my channel. And also, it's actually not Streamlabs, it's actually the Streamlabs chatbot that does the currency though. I see them both, but it's the same thing, to be honest, because it's all Streamlabs. So yeah, it's the Streamlabs chatbot, and it lets you set up rankings and things for your stream. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing, I think. Good old slobs. I'm just terrible at making my stream cool, lol. Do you think I've got a cool stream, man? Are you saying that my stream's cool? Cloudbot or something, right? It used to be called Ankbot, I think. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. But it changed to Streamlabs bot. Streamlabs took over the world. They just decided to own everything one day. Your stream's pretty damn nice. Oh, thank you. It's pretty cool. Yeah, try my best. I'll try my best for this to be a cool, nerdy hangout place. Okay, so next person's profile. And again, guys, because I know some new folks have just come in, if you want to join us with our lore Bible, you can have a peek if you'd like to learn more about games lore. Is anyone even using Twitch's stream tool? I don't think I know any streamers using it. Twitch have a stream tool for streaming? Nah, like Streamlabs is everything. I probably, like, everybody uses that. I mean, I didn't even know there was a Twitch stream tool. Yeah, I'm with Ava. I didn't even know it existed. That's funny. Poor Twitch. Okay, so Youth is gonna also be a townsperson as well, so his profile will go after Lavender's, so new character. And we move down here. And finally, this is the last character that we didn't have the text for. So with all the new ones that we do after this one, I can just copy and paste the PSD text file. I have to open the old character sheets to do that. Use. We'll start from here. They do a lot. It looks like none of us know. Yeah, I was like, Twitch have a stream tool. OBS is the king. It is. I can't see anything taking over that. Don't know if it's meant for new Twitch users to quickly get up and running. Yeah, people generally like to stick with what they are used to. I mean, I'm not gonna switch. Why would I? I've got all my currency on here and everything works. It's, you know, everything is perfect with it, really. So everything's on one monitor as I want it to be, and I'm just used to my setup. So I'm just the sort of person that if something's working for me, I'm not going to change. Slobs works well for me, yeah, Slobs is good. Tried to get Slobs running when I was streaming, but it didn't work well for me, so I'm just playing OBS. Oh, really? Yeah, I used to use plain old OBS too in my first year of streaming, and then I switched to Slobs. And there was a bit of setup there and getting used to things, but overall, I really am fond of how everything's together with Slobs compared to the plain OBS. because they actually have the chat on the screen as well, which normal OBS doesn't have, and I really like that because it saves me having to have the Twitch chat pop up on the browser. So it's cool, super cool. Okay, so I'm a merchant, I lie a lot, dealing with consequences of my actions. Okay, so I think that's... Oh yeah, we got this to add as well. Hopefully I've got no more typos in that say like disgusted assassin anymore. Who knows, that could be something silly that I've mistyped somewhere in this. I'm glad I've got such viewers that have got such good observational skills to spot the typos. I might have to mess with slobs again then, maybe the problem fixed itself. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I mean, if you're comfortable with IBS, no issue with staying with something that's working for you, I guess. But I just find it very convenient to have it like the chat there. I was very, very pleased with the fact I could have chat on my screen, my OBS screen, because it wasn't like that. It isn't like that, is it, with an old OBS? So how goes the game dev? I'm doing good, Dan. We're I mean, it's not been the most productive summer, because summer's hard to be productive, especially when you've got a heat wave like this. But we are making progress. We make gradual progress with the project, and take it at a nice pace so I don't get burnout, and it's enjoyable. Still as passionate as ever, and excited to keep building and seeing where it goes. But how about you, Dan? How are things on your end? For slobs, make sure you watch some YouTube videos on how to configure it. Mine lagged early on, but after tweaking it, I never dropped frames anymore. Yeah, I think I remember it being weird with me like that as well. But in the end, I got everything fixed. Can't wait for fall. Wear some comfy sweaters. I'm not melting when I know, right? I just don't want to melt. I don't want to be a puddle in my chair, please. I want to still be here and able to work on my game. I mean, it would be cute if I looked like Ditto the Pokemon, because he looks sort of melted, doesn't he, really? I'd probably look a bit like that if I melted, but I'd probably not be very productive if I looked like that, so yeah. And I'd probably be kind of dead as well. My neighbourhood doesn't have it. Silly neighbourhood. That's good too. I thought about making a top-down mystery game focused on solving puzzles and making deductions similar to a graphic novel. That sounds super cool. Mystery games are always fun. Mystery in general is fun. I've even been tempted to insert a murder mystery quest in Raindrop Chronicles at some point. It might not be in episode 1, but a good old murder mystery, you know. Always fun. That'd be wild to play. Yeah, I think I'd be intrigued with that too. Go for it. Go for it for sure. Okay, so that's in. He's excited and optimistic. Okay, so those are the same traits. Deceitful, spontaneous. Reckless, open-minded, talkative, and rebellious. There we go. So those bits are in. Yeah, and I'm generally a little bit slower at doing profiles on the Law Bible when I'm streaming. Like, I did so many so fast yesterday. I spent a lot of yesterday a bit passed out, to be honest, because of the heat. I did get several profiles whipped up, and I was like, whoa, I did those super fast. It's a lot easier to get into it, isn't it, when you're when you're not streaming. It's hard to find mystery that's beyond finding items to put in the lock or push block puzzles. I want to do something where people have to work their brain muscles like a Sherlock Holmes novel. I think you're on to something there, because I'm not really one for the puzzle thing personally. I mean, I know some people love it and that's cool, but I just get a bit, I'm rubbish at puzzles in all honesty. But general detective stuff like is pretty intriguing and fascinating, something that keeps you compelled, you know, and you genuinely want to solve a case. That would be a really cool game, something that went beyond just simple puzzles. So slobs normally takes a bit of tweaking. I'll have to do some more research then. At the time I just wanted to try streaming and get something I could use out the box to see if I was interested in pursuing it further. Then I did some YouTube streams during COVID to help some coding students, and now I'm thinking about going back to Twitch and doing it more publicly. Yeah, totally go for it. There's a few people that come and hang out here who have either recently started up streaming or thinking about it, and I encourage it, guys. You do it. You do it, guys. And when you start, just let us know. Come in and tell us how your stream goes when you do start. Because it's always a nerve-wracking thing when you start streaming. For sure. I remember the days when I was new. And a little bit of encouragement goes a long way. It can be a scary thing. Okay, so it's Juice that submitted it. He uses his character's name. There we go. So his avatar is here. And his girl, we don't have one because he was a minor NPC, so it's just question marks for now. It's a reptile. And I don't know if this one's an antagonist. Let's look at the profile. He is deceitful, but doesn't necessarily mean an antagonist. A merchant, he lies. He tricks people to sell things. I don't think that necessarily makes him an antagonist. I think it just makes him a cheeky merchant. So I'm thinking of putting him in as a neutral. A neutral allegiance, I think, could fit for somebody like that for now. And of course it could be changeable. It could become an antagonist if you know, you find out about his devious ways, but it could also become an ally. Who knows, if you are into that sort of stuff yourself. Because you'll have a chance to make a bit of a asshole of a hero if you want in our game, and you'll get on with that people who are assholes then as well. His hair doesn't have any because he's a reptile. His eyes are gold. And it's not complexion because he's a reptile. It's actually scale colour. Green. That means I've got to change it for the other reptiles as well. I mean, I don't know. It's a difficult one with wordings for that because I don't want to call it skin colour for humans. I prefer calling it complexion. But for things like the beast races, especially the felines and the canines, we can't really call it complexion because it's fur. So I called Asriel's character, I said fur colour for Asriel's. But for the barrels, I've got complexion, and for the lizards, I've got complexion. Oh, does it? Running on a 6-year-old potato. Yeah, mine's a 5-year-old potato now. And I love it. I love my PC. I'm one of these people that will try to get as much out of it as possible in its little life. I'm not going to get a new one unless I have to. Well, I'm surprised it can work at all on a 6-year one. Streaming was hard even on my newish. Yeah, but mine's not a laptop. Mine's a desktop, and it is on its 5th year now. And I am streaming in 1080p. with quality options. So you have the option to have a lower quality if you have a slower internet. But I am streaming at 1080p and I'm also doing quite well. I get a bit of lag now and again, but I manage. I can have some programs and lots of tabs open, just about. Thank you very much for those follows, Daft and Security. I hope you're having a good day. Maybe that's my problem, laptop instead of PC. Yes, I can imagine if you're using a laptop, it might be a bit more demanding of it. I've never tried streaming on a laptop, so I don't know for sure, but the desktop does the job, even though she's an old lady now. 16GB RAM, same RAV. I recently got a few parts upgraded and that's helped as well. It did like a little bit before then. Tend to have crappy video cards. Yeah. But good luck. I hope you manage to figure out something out and get something working. And yes, I am. I saw you stream an RPG Maker and was immediately excited. Awesome, you're an RPG Maker person. Always good to meet the fellow RPG Maker crew. Are you making a game in RPG Maker? Feel free to tell us a little bit about it if so. RAM is relatively cheap and it's most worth it. Yeah, it can help a bunch. If you want to stop lag, it can. Okay, so all that info is in. I think we've oh no, we're on a door and fan here. Damn it, did I accidentally put stuff in? Oh, damn it. This is something I keep doing, like, because I'm using a character as a template, I'm accidentally overwriting that one. No, I think that's fine. I'm getting confused now. I want my old character template back. There's a few bits that shouldn't have been filled in, I noticed. So I'm going to just cross Adoring Fan off and not save it so it doesn't overwrite him. And I'll just fill these bits in again. So, no hair colour. Gold eyes? Yeah, he does have gold eyes. Hi Dee, how are you doing? Welcome, thank you so much for the follow. I started making one that is a parody of an old school RPG. That sounds fun. We have a creative work channel in our Discord, by the way, and I always encourage folks to pop their projects in there, whether it be game dev, artwork, cosplay, or anything creative at all. Feel free to get your stuff posted if you want to. Some people are shy. Don't want it, that's understandable too. No one's ever forced, but it's there if anybody wants to. And welcome Dio as well, it's good to meet you. And guys, if you're curious, we are working on getting character profiles for our game, community characters, because you can be a character in our game if you've got enough stream currency, raindrops in the stream. And we're getting those characters put up in our World Anvil lore Bible, because that's how we're going to be getting all our info, our world building and stuff's all recorded, keep things organised. It's a very nice tool, very handy tool, and I'm very happy we're using it. So we've got quite a few of them in so far, but there's more to do. This is this week's goal, to get everyone's put in, because we used to have them presented another way. We've been currently showing them off on image character sheets like this, which look very nice, but they're a pain in the butt to update. So this is just a lot easier doing it this way from now on. I'm working on a sci-fi story I could use feedback on. Yeah, feel free to post them in the Discord. The community in general sometimes have a peek to see what others are doing, and they might be willing to give a bit of feedback if they get some time. I mean, we're all busy people with busy lives, but you never know, someone might have a few spare minutes to have a little look. Yay, drizzle, 52 raindrops. Are you excited, sorta? Excited. Oh, that's cool, yay. Didn't realise complexion was specific to skin as opposed to hair complexion and such being a thing. Looking it up, it seems the term complexion is derived from for human stuff, like from when they did bloodletting. Yeah, it's interesting, Met, because I want to make sure, of course, doing things like this, wording is like the best. Complexion felt like a good word, because especially in the custom hero creator, there's a point in there where it asks you, rather than saying what do you want your skin colour to be, I just think complexion sounds better, and then you get the choice of light, medium and dark complexion. But then when that works with humans and humanoids, great, but then it gets a little bit more confusing when you've got characters that have fur. So is it complexion then? I mean, you don't say my cat has a black complexion when it's a black cat, do you? You say it's got black fur. So the wording might have to be changed for certain races. I don't know. It's a confusing one. I'm going to have to research myself, Matt. I actually am. Yeah, well, that's good. I want you to be excited. It is exciting. I always thought it'd be cool to have raindrops for people to grind for. I think that's cool. I know if this wasn't my stream and I came across this stream, I'd want to be having lots of raindrops myself, because I'm a bit of a grinder. Okay, so did we save that profile? I don't know if we did. Oh, that needs changing. Green. Okay, he's all done. I think everything's in that should be. So we got to just add his banner now. And the navigation. And we said he was going to be he's a merchant, so he falls under townspeople and traders. And the one that came before him is lavender. Okay, so let's save and see if this one's come out okay. Welcome, Save and Security. Welcome, welcome, guys. Good to have you here. The fan's helping me not melt too much though. Yeah, did we refresh it to say? I can't remember if we did or not. Let's refresh it again. And here's the Law Bible again, guys. I'm spamming you all with it. I've got to be careful because sometimes the stream, because we have the stream on here because, you know, so if ever some people come across the Law Bible, it's easy for them to find out about our Twitch stream. But sometimes I've had the sound on at the same time. Got to be careful that it's on mute so we don't get double voice. Okay, so he's there. Let's look at his profile. And we have the wrong sprite in. So we've got to just copy uses. There we go. An easy change. Righty-ho. Everything seems good. Also, we got to put his full name in. I've just realised we didn't do that because we actually do have a full name for this one. Not every character has a full name. Some of them just have first names or nicknames even. but some of you have actually given your character a full name, so I usually put that there rather than have it, you know, as the main name, because some of them can be quite lengthy. And in game, he'll just be called that on his dialogue box. So, okay. So let's make sure all the information's right. Excited, optimistic, deceitful, spontaneous, reckless, open-minded, talkative, rebellious. And there might be, I mean, I've not read these properly, so there might be typos there. And if there is, you guys spot any, you can tell me in Discord or in stream if I'm live. Just a suggestion, but could you add a message on screen or in the title, the command for the law? Yeah, I think that'd be a cool thing to have in the banner as well. I mean, not every stream we work on the law and the law Bible, just certain streams, but it's still a very, because there's such a focus on it, even when we're not working on it, I think it'd be a cool thing to show off in the banner. And I'm gonna, over time, I'm gonna like add more to the banners. There's a few ideas I've got for things that can go in there. And I think it's a good thing to do because people can see then how things, so yay. Okay. I'm hungry. My dinner's soon though. That's cool. Is anyone else having anything nice for dinner today? I don't actually know what I'm having. It's a surprise. But I hope it's not a curry because I'm melting as it is. So I don't want to have anything too hot to eat. Hi, Honest. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. How are things going? Okay, so that looks fine. From what I can see, there's no, like, nothing wrong with that. So the only thing we need to do, I think I already did it, yeah, at lavender's added. We need to go to lavender and add use to the next page. So let's edit. I'll be making a roasted garlic and herb chicken with fried rice and veggies. That sounds really nice and super healthy actually. Yummy. I've just finished work and I'm sat next to a fan thing, so I'm by a fan as well. My goodness, I'm very glad I actually have a fan. Because the last stream, Monday's stream, I didn't have my fan on and I was dying, so sometimes it's necessary and it makes a little bit of noise. No one's complained though, no one's mentioned that there's a fan in the background making a noise, which is good. It means the mic isn't picking it up too badly. So it means it's all fine. Yay. So we're getting more and more profiles and articles and stuff here, so it's getting harder to find stuff, so we might have to use the search now. There we go. So save. I think everything's cool now. I think we've got in these few new characters. Okay. Haven't proofread properly, but I'll do that off stream because it'll be a bit easier too then. Okay, so now that's done, we've got another job to do. So this is where we're keeping track of who we've done so far. Just easier for me to do it that way. So we've done another 3. We just did a batch of 3 today. So there we go. So Ciatis, Silence and Juice's characters have all been transferred over to the Lord Bible now. So we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that have character sheets left. And the other guys, the ones that have got the new next to them, that means that they don't even have one of these character sheets because they're a recently submitted character. And we'll be doing those last. We'll do the ones that have character sheets first. So we're getting there. We're getting through them, guys. I'm intending to do a few of them off stream between now and Friday as well, so that we don't have as many to do on Friday. But the goal is to get everybody done by Friday. I'll be your fan. Yay! I've got a fan. I'm happy. In the UK, we don't have this AC that other countries expect us to have. I know, right, Dan? It's terrible. We're not made for it. We're not made for it here. Don't hear the fan at all. Yay. Good to hear. Good to know. Oh, Commander Victory, thank you so much for joining our Discord. Appreciate that. And Yora B, thank you for that follow. Thank you very, very much. I know Commander Victory as Patrick, so don't hear the fan at all. Yes, Yora B, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's good to meet you. We paid a ton of cash to have the central air so we wouldn't be melted. Yeah, that's the thing with air conditioning. It's very expensive as well. Yeah. But sometimes it's worth it so you don't have to melt, right? Yay, thank you for filling in the introduction. Guys, if you want to, I mean, it's not a forced thing, it's always optional, but if you want to tell us a bit about yourself, we have an introduce section in the Discord. Gives you an opportunity to tell us a little bit about yourself so we can learn more about you. So feel free to fill that in. Thanks, security, for filling that in. Okay, so what should we do now? We'll go back to the top now. We'll go back to our playable characters. We've got a Chronomancer, a Druid, a Dragon Tamer, and a Summoner to do. And then we've got a few more NPCs. So we'll do them all in order. Exciting times. So with our NPCs, I mean with our playable heroes, we put them in a separate folder to the NPCs, of course, because they're playable. And I've kind of done it so it's got their class next to their name. So it puts a little bit more focus on their class, because every single playable character in our game will specialise in a class. It'll be exclusive to them. So anybody that, say, the Mordecai's a sorcerer, for example, there won't be another sorcerer in the game. He's the sole sorcerer. And same for the others. There's a lot of room. If you have looked at the character forms on the website, there is a lot of options for more. There's more slots for more playable characters, because we probably will have lots. Raindrop Chronicles, we're kind of inspired by games like Valkyria Chronicles, Chrono Cross, that have a ton of playable character options, because we're going to have a party picker thing eventually. I mean, in episode 1 there won't be a party picker because we'll probably have only met a handful of the playable characters in that episode. Rose is the only playable hero in episode 1 currently that we've got up to so far, but there may be a couple more that join, whoever fits the best to come at this stage. But there's definitely room. I mean, we have 13 playable characters right now. If you check out, you know, this section of Discord, you'll see it better, because it's probably a little bit small on the screen right now. But we have 13 so far. And if you have seen the character forms for playable characters, there's like way more classes that we can potentially have. seems like a lot, and it is. I mean, that is going to be time consuming to implement, but because this is episodic, some of these characters, playable characters, we won't be meeting till mid-game or even end-game. That basically means that we won't be working on them and their skills for a number of years, you know. It's a very gradual thing. You know, episode 1, probably we're not going to be looking at a launch until either the end of next year or the start of the year after. So, and we'll probably have introduced another 2 or 3 max by that point. So yeah, some of you we won't be working on you for ages yet, but it's nice to have there. So we've got you there and we know what the plans are and who's going to be there. Okay, so Watery Tart, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I just got here and heard Valkyria Chronicles. Love that series. Yeah, I've played one Valkyria Chronicles game, the one that's on Steam. Not the newest one, but the one before. And I loved it. I got 100% on it because I love that game so much. I got A ranks and everything, like a complete nerd. And that game had like up to about 50 playable characters that you could have in your squad. Thought it was super fun. So much fun. It has so much choice of playable characters. Can we reserve character ideas? Like if we don't have enough raindrops? Well, I mean, in terms of character ideas, everybody can contribute. I have, for example, where are we? If I just get a random profile up, even for the ones that have already been created, we're all allowed to chip in and shape these guys. It's not just the submitter that gets to decide. We have a section here, community ideas and thoughts, and a lot of them are empty right now because I still need to fill them in. I've got a few, you know, Google Doc for a few characters to add. But, you know, if anybody in stream reads these character profiles and thinks, oh, that would be a really cool character arc to take that person, you know, if you say something interesting, I'm going to potentially add it here for any of the characters, anybody. So in regards to, like, coming up with ideas, even if you don't have enough raindrops, you can contribute to anybody. But as for your own character, if you actually specifically want to submit your own character idea and fill in a form, you will need the 1,000 raindrops. But it's something that, you know, you'll get over time, guys. Like we say, this ain't going to end anytime soon. This is an episodic, ongoing, very long project. So eventually, like some of these guys that we're working on, they're not going to see the light of day, these characters, for a while, you know. Some of them a couple of years, maybe even longer. Some won't make their appearance until end game, you know. Some mid game, because it's whenever the time's right to introduce them, you know. We're not going to just force everybody in the game at one point just for the sake of getting everybody in the game fast. We want it to make sense and be well developed. Like if we don't, and hi there, Watery Tart. Hey Dan, how's it going? Yeah, good. Do you guys know each other? Gonna big up Watery Tart as he deserves it. Great game musician. If you didn't know, oh cool, you do composing. If so, feel free to share your music in our creative work channel if you want to, of course. If you want to give a bit of love to your stuff, never know, someone might want it. Want to have it? Yeah. Okay, this is cool. Yay. Got to jump in a call. Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you too. It's always good to meet new peoples. But yeah, if anybody here like does stuff creatively, you know, feel free to share. Show it off. Twitch is a small world. Yeah, it's always cool to see that people know each other and chat. Always cool. Gotcha, yay. Okay, guys. What's the time? Where are we getting on today? Because we're not at the end of stream yet, but we are getting to the late point of stream, and I'm wondering if it's worth starting a new character profile now. We could do some of the assets, I suppose, some of the image assets for them. character frame. Here we go. So, oh, I've just realised something. We've not got the other guys' faces in yet. And that's because they're on their character sheets. So, in regards to composing, yeah, the most recent thing I did was Fates of Ort. Oh, that's Top Bra's game, isn't it? I would say Top Bra, but there's a J at the end. I don't know if that's a silent J. I never pronounce names correctly, but you know, I do my best. It is, yeah, yeah, because yeah, I know Top Bra. He's raided our stream a few times. I raided his, and yeah, super cool guy, and his game looks awesome. It was recently released on stream, so awesome. That's fantastic. You did the music in that. Super cool. Looks like super pretty game. Kind of like a Braj, I guess. It's a little ISO RPG. Yeah. I like the Ditto emote, by the way. I was saying I am Ditto today because I'm melting. Because it's so hot. Ditto is my favourite Pokemon though, so I don't mind. Okay, so at the moment I'm looking through my files. I'm trying to find the folder for this next batch of characters because I've got so many folders. So many. Okay, I found the folder now, I think. Okay, so this is the next character we're going to work on. She is actually going to be a non-binary character, actually, so I have to make sure we remember that because it's a slight change. I don't think we've got the gender of this character anywhere on the profile anyway. It's extra information that we've got on the lore Bible that isn't actually on the character sheets. So I'll just get the avatar put in here so we can get it saved. Oh no. It's super high in the UK right now, yeah. I'm just waiting for it to be cold again. I'm gonna really be happy when it's cold. I'm not one for the boiling hot heat. I'm a vampire after all. And release, what a beautiful name. Okay, so who is next? Oh, we'll just focus on her for now. We'll do her banner as well because we have a fancy blue banner this for on our lore Bible, just for extra decoration, so it's not boring, you know. So we got something there. And because we don't really have like super fancy character art or anything, I thought doing something like this, like showing their silhouettes, would be cool. Just to make them the profiles a bit more distinct from each other. Okay, I think that's cool. We'll hide the character underneath because we don't want them there. Okay, so now we copy the layer swirls. Yay! But yeah, how many we got? Let's just have a quick look at the Discord again. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna see if I can do those 10. I mean, it's a lot, but I do have the day off street tomorrow, and I still am very busy doing the mapping, finalising it for the Everbloom Forest, and I still want to prioritise that. But I'm going to try and see if I can do those 10 profiles, because it's gonna be pretty hard otherwise to get everybody done for Friday, and that's what I really want to do that. I really want to get the profiles done by the end of this week, so we can move on to something new for Monday's stream, something a bit different, so that we're not still working in the Lore Bible. Because it'd be cool to get back into the game dev side of things, I think. So yeah, I'll see if I can do those 10 new characters and add them between now and Friday's stream. Whoa guys, that was thunder. You probably saw me jump out my skin. Oh my goodness, my heart. And there was me saying I like storms because I want it to be a storm so the hot weather stops. But yeah, I heard that. Did you both hear? Did everyone hear it? Oh my god, if you guys heard it, imagine how loud it was for me. That's why I was like, I literally jumped out of my chair. So I might be exaggerating, I might have not been that bad, but I did definitely jump a little bit. Please send the storm over here. Honestly, just because there's a storm, it hasn't cooled the place down whatsoever. Just saying, it's still absolutely boiling hot. So I don't like that. I don't like the heat and storms at once. Please go away, heat. I'm okay with the storm if it's cooler, but not both. That's a bad combo. And kind of deaf, you're deaf, right? Be careful what you wish for. I heard it. I had the volume too low. Sounded like metal or something, laughing my ass off. I'll probably get it in a few days. Ew, and now it'll be humid on out. Ew. Damn, what are we gonna do? This is the worst weather ever. And you're right, Van. I wished for the storm, and now I wish I didn't. Because it's scary and horrible, and apparently we're going to have them for 5 days. Storms for 5 days. I absolutely hate hot weather. I would like it to rain here. Yeah, I don't like that hot weather where you're sweaty, you know, and you just can't do anything but melt. I don't mind it being a little bit like warm. That's quite nice. But not where you're like dying. I would like it to rain here. Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay, so there we go. So we've just done her banner and we've got a sprite to do now. My goodness. I live in a desert, so yeah, I like rain now. Do you like living in a desert, Van? Is it the sort of environment you enjoy? I know I couldn't do that, to be quite honest. I live in Arizona, land of, oh my goodness, muffin. Do you like that? I don't think anybody does, to be honest. I used to live in a desert. I loved it, yeah. Well, I came from a very humid area, but it's nice here from fall to spring. So I only don't like summer. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the fall, in all honesty. It's not long now, it's not long. We're in mid-August, aren't we? So only a couple of weeks. It'll be so nice. Okay, so I'm looking for Emeralice's sprite now. Actually, just realised something. This is probably going to be a bit easier for us because we've already got the sprite set up here on the character sheet and it's not flattened. So we can copy and paste it without any hassle. I prefer cold. Yeah, it's nice to be like snuggled up in an electric blanket, you know, that's so cozy. Shorts all year round. Not used to this summer nonsense in Canada. Laughing myself, I know. Same for me. I'm with you there. Okay, I think that's aligned all properly. I'm just double checking because it, in all honesty, it looks like that's 1 pixel off. Let's zoom in. I must have moved that across for some reason. But how it is now is how the measurements it should be. So there we go. Everything else is fine. It's gonna be a bit easier than doing the sprites for these characters. I'm glad about that because that was actually a bit of a time-consuming thing to do. Getting the sprites in the right position. Let's get that one saved. Bearable temperatures and serve. Oh my goodness! Imagine that kind of life. I feel for you, muffin. But yeah, some people weirdly love it. Like my parents love the heat. They can't get enough of it. They're outside sunbathing right this second. And I'm just like, no thanks. No, sunbathing's never appealed to me, really. I get bored. Just get bored. I want to be doing something. Like, not just sitting there sweating like a melting person. Most businesses expect long pants here. Oh really? So they expect you to wear long pants even though it's that hot? How cruel. Such cruelty. Ew, that's not okay. What's not okay? Don't have to, I know. You don't. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Muffin. That's awful. Have you felt like moving? Hope I've spelled her name right. Emerald Least. Yeah, that's correct. So that's right. Yeah, I don't like sunbathing. Fortunately, I work from home. I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, I feel like it's bad for you anyway to like make your skin be baked to death. You know, it's not. I don't think that's good for you. And let's be honest though, no one wants to see hairy white man legs. Yeah, and there's this weird like society like being tan and stuff is like attractive, and that's why people sunbathe so they can get this nice hot tan. But it's cool to be pale as well. Nothing wrong with being pale. I mean, look, I'm pale. I'm cool. Nothing wrong with me. And look, being pale, I'm gonna have good skin. Like, I'm not gonna have like haggard old crusty skin as I age. I'm gonna have nice, smooth, pore clean skin, and I'm gonna age well because of it. So in my opinion, not sunbathing is better. I'd like to move to Colorado. Yeah, it's different for girls, you think. Nothing wrong with being a pale guy. I mean, Elle from Death Note is pale and he's cool. So and I recently visited Colorado and was in love with the weather there. As soon as I graduate, I want to move there too. Yeah, you guys shouldn't do that. I don't want you to melt. I have pale skin too, yeah. I'm thinking there's loads. Like, look at all the Final Fantasy. Like, Emmett Salk is pale as well, and he's a guy. He's like goals for guys. So, you know, being a pale dude is definitely fine in my opinion. Embrace the pale. I used to get the stupid kids at school used to comment on me how pale I was and that, and at the time I was like really insecure about it because of that. But as I got older, I realised, like, you know, it's cool to be pale. What were they talking about? No shame at all. Embrace the pale. My goodness, guys. Okay, so I think I've saved this. It's going to be hard to like get into starting her profile now, just because it is getting closer to my dinner time. I don't know what it is for dinner for me today. I hope you guys all enjoy your dinner. Okay, guys. So I'll be adding more of these profiles. Tonight and tomorrow. So before Friday's stream, you might notice a few more appearing. So feel free to keep an eye on the Law Bible if you wanna see the progress. Just had lunch. In Japan, they do everything they can to stay pale. Yeah. Yeah. Look after your skin. It's cool to take care of your skin. Oh, I see more people have filled in to introduce yourself. I'm going to read everything after. Oh my god, loads of you have done it. That's awesome. I'm gonna have a read through. I'm gonna have a proper look through. I'm gonna also see what's being posted in there later too. Awesome. It's always good to find out more about you guys. Okay, guys. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to mention before the end of the stream? Anything important? We're all good. Indeed, healthy skin is important. It is. It's the most important. You know, I don't think I've done that introduction thing. Yeah, go on, Ban, fill it in. And that goes for anyone else hanging out who hasn't filled in yet. Be cool to find out more about you. The questions we ask in here, because you probably can't see properly. I mean, you might, but what is your Twitch username? Sum yourself up in a sentence. How did you discover Rosie's channel? What are some of your favourite games? And what is your favourite snack? Great questions, right? Awesome questions. Yay, welcome. I just didn't notice it. Yeah, it's hidden away there for sure. I'm going to try and put more focus on it actually, and let people know about it. Because someone just randomly filled it in while I was streaming today, and I noticed it had gone white, and I was like, yeah guys, you should fill the stuffs in. I think a bunch of us did after. Yeah, I think that's. I didn't expect so many of you to do it, but I'm super happy that you have. Super cool to say. All right, guys. So I'm going to pass this on to someone who's online. I'd like to do that today. So it'd be super cool if you'd come and join me, folks. Exclamation mark. Raid, thanks for hanging out for the awesome stream. I've had some really fun chats with you all today, and hopefully by Friday, you know, it's cold again. Let's have our fingers crossed that it will be. That would be fantastic. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, you're welcome. You're super welcome. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to think who to say hi to today. Is there anyone that we haven't said hi to in a little while? Give it a refresh, because it's just gone 6 and sometimes some peeps just go live at this time. Yeah, Gretcha's come on. I'm looking at who's on, and Vagabond's on. We did raid him last time though, so we'll go to Gretch today. She's literally just come live. So Gretch Stars, she hangs out in our stream, and she's actually doing a Final Fantasy pilgrimage at the moment. She's on Final Fantasy X, which is one of the best Final Fantasy games. So if anybody here likes Final Fantasy, then we're going to go to Final Fantasy stream. Hi Pooh. So let's raid. Yeah, see you Friday everyone. Thanks for being awesome, and we'll get those rest of the profiles finished on Friday. That's the goal. So Van will be doing yours if all goes well. So that'll be exciting to get put in. Take care everyone. You're all amazing. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you Friday.